Well, you take those 4 bolts there loose, and then come down under here and take this loose, and there's a bolt that goes all the way through under the frame here in a fork. Maybe I can get you a shot down there. See that bolt right there? There's the other end of it, the nut there. Take that bolt out to the bottom of the A-frame. So you want to knock this loose here. Sometimes you can take I'm using a nylon hammer. Okay, that came loose right there. Must leave your nut on there when you're hitting it. And the reason I use a nylon hammer is because it won't bend or mar anything there. Okay, you want to take this cotter pin out of here and then unscrew this nut all the way off. Take it off, and that'll free your axle up to come out of your spindle. Next, you want to take your brake caliper off, and you want to take the brake line off the back of it. And then you want to take your brake line loose from right here and set your brake line out of the way. Remember where you put where your brake line goes, in front or back of this, because once you take your strut out of the car and you have it positioned in the wrong place, you put your caliper back on, it does make a difference, and you'll end up having to take your caliper back off and reroute your hose. So make sure you remember if it's on the front or the back of that strut. Okay, now that you got your brake caliper off, took your top A-frame joint loose, you got the top bolts of the strut off, you got the bottom bolts of the strut off, it all should just swing away, and your axle should slide right back out of there. Sometimes your axle won't slide out of there. It might be rusted, corroded, and will not come out of there. If that's so, you'll end up having to get your bottom ball joint. But in most cases, it will slide right out of there, and this will swing away this way. Then you may have to try to maneuver your strut out of there. You'll have to take a crowbar and come in through here. Down through here, and you want to pry downward. So and you can pry that way down. Now you're going to have a lot of tension from this anti-roll bar or sway bar, and because it's holding tension on your bottom A-frame. But that's how you're going to be able to get it down. You'll have to use one hand pulling it down while you're maneuvering your strut out of there. Now that you have your strut out of there, you're going to want to get some spring compressors. You can buy those spring compressors from Harbor Freight. They're relatively cheap and compress down on your spring. Now, the reason I've taken my strut out of my car is because I had a bushing right up in here that just disintegrated, and it was, when I go across a bump or whatever, it'd make a real loud bumping noise. So once you compress your spring down, then you got a bolt, a rod that comes up through the middle of this plate here on the top of here. It has two flat spots on there. You can get an adjustable wrench or something, grab onto the end of that and get you an open end wrench and screw that nut all the way off, and then that plate will come off, and then you can replace your bushing, or your it's a bushing, and then put it all back on, and then take your spring compressors back off, then reinstall it in the car. So I hope you like my video. I hope you learned something from this, and please subscribe.